You know, there's a lot of ways that we can coexist with our wild neighbors and wildlife in general. You know, we are not so separated from those organisms that we can't live together and coexist that way.
So we have a lot of people that they get really amped up, they get really excited about this after they see the birds, and they especially see one of our flight shows where the birds are flying overhead and they get a chance to see that bird in action. What I love to see is the expression on people's faces when the birds come out, and just the awe and the wonder, which is really fun. So I like to hear that people are more interested in learning about wildlife after seeing one of our shows.
It is absolutely worth coming in and working with these birds. You feel like you're actually accomplishing something and you're doing something for the animals. It's very fulfilling work. And you're going out, and when you get people excited about the birds, they're going out and they're spreading that information. So you are creating an impact and creating a better life for these animals in the wild.
You know, wildlife are in need, and many times that wildlife become injured or orphaned or sick actually have to do with either intentional or accidental human interference. 52% of the world's raptor populations are in decline, and a recent survey shows that 3 billion birds have vanished from our planet since 1970. And so it's really important that we get out there and promote our educational message to help conserve wildlife.
Our whole goal is to be positive when we talk about conservation and give folks easy things that they can take home. Not spitting gum out on the sidewalk, not using rat poison, making sure that we don't throw food items out of our car window and attract animals into the road, making sure to keep cats indoors and safe. Those are just easy things that hopefully they can then go home and remember that.
At Nature's Educators, our mission is to elevate the care and protection of wildlife by fostering memorable connections that inspire our community to become more environmentally conscious. And we do this through collaboration, education, and rehabilitation. You spend a lot of time, in some cases many months, caring for certain individual raptors, helping them through their issues or their injuries or their illness, and it's all for that last moment of releasing them back into the wild. Every single raptor species that we get in our hospital is important. You know, some species are declining faster than others, and so we really take those species and give them that priority to say, let's get you back into the wild, into your breeding population, so that you can be a part of that.
Welcome. How are you guys? Awesome. Are you excited to meet birds? The first bird that we are going to introduce you guys to today is a raptor that we find in the desert Southwest, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Central and South America. So we are going to welcome our Harris's hawk. This bird can squeeze over 200 pounds of pressure in those feet, so he is very, very powerful. But then when they are hunting in the desert,
So all of the animals that we have here at Nature's Educators can't be released back into the wild for one reason or another. So luckily for them and for us, they get a second chance at life by being program ambassadors for us. So they do all sorts of things, but our educational ambassadors primarily will go out and do programming. So they'll go out to schools and libraries and teach the public about wildlife and wild places and why they should save it.
What I really enjoy about Nature's Educators is the fact that we can go out and allow folks the chance to see some raptors, some birds of prey up close. So many times people see these birds really high up in the sky, they're a silhouette, they're hard to identify, and maybe without having that connection, they don't feel like they want to conserve those animals or conserve the habitat. And so we feel that by going out and showing somebody a hawk or a falcon up close and personal, they have a chance to make a connection that maybe they couldn't by seeing them 300 feet up in the air.
Try to bring in some humor, not make it too dry and serious, get people excited about the animals, because when they're excited about them, then they want to protect them.
Most people fear what they don't understand. And so our goal is to help them understand that a lot of these animals, that they don't really mean us any harm.
Because if we don't change our lives now, we don't change what we're doing here, this stuff might not be here in the next 50 to 100 years. So we want to make that connection to people and teach them why it's important to care and why it's important to conserve, so we have this for future generations and to help our ecosystems.